Terrence Bradley has suddenly changed his entire story, and it looks like he's willing to lie for Fani Willis and for Nathan Wade. So Bradley, he's a key witness in former President Donald Trump's Georgia case. Now the belief is that he holds the key to when the relationship of Willis and Wade actually got started. Now this very simple fact could get Willis disqualified from this case. However, sure looks like Bradley has changed. I mean, his entire demeanor and the way that he talks has also changed. It's like he suddenly developed selective amnesia and forgot that he actually answered text messages wherein he said that Willis and Wade have been in a relationship long before this case with Trump. And hey guys, before we really get into this, all I ask is that you take 1 second, drop a quick like for the video. I totally appreciate it. And I want to thank you guys so much for always sharing these videos. You guys are amazing. Both Wade and Willis have testified under oath that their romantic relationship only began after Willis hired Wade in November 2021. Ashley Merchant, a lawyer for one of Trump's co-defendants, actually had text messages from Bradley where he confirmed that Wade and Willis were already dating before Wade joined her team. When asked about the relationship and why he said what he said before, Bradley became mute. He just suddenly froze like he was Mitch McConnell or something. There was a point that his lawyer even had to answer for him, but was overruled. He then went on to say that he was merely speculating a relationship between the two. Good answer, right? Now you gotta wonder, who talked to Bradley to make him kind of back up like this? Because he even said that he had no recollection of ever knowing when the two had a romantic relationship. However, 413 text messages between Bradley and Ashley Merchant, the lawyer I said a second ago, proves otherwise. So what's up with that? In one instance, Merchant asked bluntly if Bradley thought that the relationship happened before Wade was hired. So Bradley answered absolutely and said that it all started when Willis left the DA's office and was judge in South Fulton. When asked about this, Bradley just said that he was just speculating. Things actually got a little bit heated with Trump's attorney too. Steve Sado, Trump's lead counsel, pushed Bradley to answer why he speculated when Merchant was obviously asking a direct question about when the relationship started. Bradley just said that he had no answer for that. Sado blasted him and said that Bradley knows for a fact when the relationship started, but he isn't willing to say so as he testifies in court. Judge Scott McAfee, though, to his credit, seems to want to know the truth because Wade has said that there are things that Bradley can't share due to attorney-client confidentiality. Bradley served as Wade's divorce attorney back in 2021, which means that he most probably knows when the relationship started. Now, this has McAfee kind of like assisting the defense in their questioning because it looks kind of like Bradley is hiding something that he actually should not be hiding. There was actually a point where Merchant changed her question because of something Judge McAfee said, a question that literally stumped Bradley. Now, when asked about where he got this information about the start of Wade and Willis's relationship, there was like a good 10 seconds before Bradley's attorney tried to chime in because he absolutely knew that this guy was not going to be able to answer the question. And this was the same instance where he had said that he was speculating, wherein his lawyer said that this wasn't admissible given that it was speculation. To which Judge McAfee then said that the motivations behind Bradley's reason for speculating was actually admissible. And it's obvious that the judge wants to know the truth. It's not just because this case is important for Trump. Many analysts believe that he doesn't see it in that manner. He's basically just doing his job and he's pushing to find the truth because the text messages that Bradley sent were very different in terms of tone when he was on the stand. There was even one text where he had said that Wade and Willis were arrogant as F. He even provided Merchant with a list of names that she should subpoena because they also have the first-hand knowledge of what was going on between the two. Bradley even went so far as to say that Merchant should subpoena them all.
You said Mr. Bradley, you said you didn't know what Ms. Merchant was going to be doing with the motion that she sent you. You remember that testimony a few minutes ago?
I think I said I didn't know that. I knew that she was gathering information, yes.
Well, let's look at the title of the motion that she sent you. Do you remember reading?
That was sent on the 6th.
Excuse me. Do you remember reading the defendant Michael Roman's motion to dismiss grand jury indictment as fatally defective and motion to disqualify the district attorney, her office, and the special prosecutor from further prosecuting this matter? Do you remember seeing that in the draft that you read and reviewed?
Yes.
So when you tell this court that you didn't know what she was up or what she was going to do, she kind of gave you a hint, didn't she, in the title of the motion that she sent for you to read? Didn't she? Yes or no?
I read the title of what the motion was.
There wasn't anything in the title that threw you off. Pretty straightforward speaking title, isn't it?
Correct.
So you knew that what she wanted was information from you so that she could then file a motion to dismiss the grand jury indictment, to motion to disqualify the district attorney and her office and the special prosecutor from further prosecuting the matter, right?
I'm going to object to speculation.
You knew that, didn't you?
Overruled.
Yes or no?
When she sent that motion, yes.
Okay. And you knew that the special prosecutor that to whom she was referring in that motion was Mr. Wade, correct? You knew that.
Yes.
Because you read the motion, you said you reviewed it, correct?
Yes.
This included names of other prosecutors in the DA's office, as well as members of Willis's security detail. It even got to a point where both Merchant and Bradley talked about subpoenaing Willis's children to confirm the existence of this romantic relationship that could very well disqualify both of them from the case. This further ties into just how much Bradley knew about the two, and just how different his tone is now compared to the text messages where he was helping Merchant make a case. And it's also clear that he's changing his testimony on the fly. He's changing his story as things go along. This is not going to be good for the prosecutors, given that both Nathan Wade and Fani Willis have testified about when their relationship started. So if it comes out that they lied, then they basically just committed perjury. That will not help Willis's case against Trump. In fact, this could tarnish her credibility for the rest of her career. It could absolutely ruin them both. And here's something that we should also note here. The judge is really looking at this thing from top to bottom. He knows what Bradley has said. He knows what the text messages contain. This is why he's overruled Bradley's lawyers multiple times. Now, does this mean that Trump will win this case? Maybe, but not exactly. But it's probably going to get pushed even further down the road. And it's also showing to the American people that this could be a politically motivated case against Donald Trump, which would paint the former president as the person being persecuted just because he's the political rival of President Joe Biden. What about Nathan Wade and Fani Willis though, right? Well, a conservative government watchdog group called the American Accountability Foundation is now requiring that Georgia State Bar open disciplinary proceedings against them for violating the Georgia rules of professional conduct. They're saying that Wade is lying under oath and that Nathan Wade and Fani Willis should have their licenses to practice law be permanently revoked. That's what they're saying. They also argue that Willis knowingly used campaign funds for leisure and even reimbursed Nathan Wade for their travels together. Now, there are others that are saying that this is not helping the defense's case, given that they did not get the testimony that they wanted. Others are saying that Trump's team is exploiting this relationship between Willis and Wade. Meanwhile, you got other people that are saying that this is a complete conflict of interest and that both of them need to be removed from this case. And of course, we should address the big old elephant in the room. Some experts believe that this just shows that Bradley is under duress, almost as if there's some witness intimidation going on in the background. Because if you watched his entire testimony, it looks like he's very worried about the words that he's saying, almost as if to say he's not allowed to tell the truth even though he's compelled to do so. This has led analysts to say that purging himself might not be the worst idea for Bradley. But what do you guys make of all this? Did the deep state actually get through to him? Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to continue to keep myself updated and keep you guys updated with everything that's going on here. And before I go, I want to thank y'all for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing them, and I'll see you on the next one.